Here are the 15 richest Nigerian female gospel musicians as of 2025. At number 15 on the list is NK Ogboruche, popularly known as NK. She was born in Kaduna as the first child of 4 siblings. She started singing at the age of 10 with just a spoon and a bottle. Soon after, she dedicated her life to Christ. She began her journey in the industry, and by 2015, she released her debut album, Kingdom Anthem. After her debut, her soprano lyrical talent gave her an audience with the elite, where she was sharing stages with the likes of Frank Edward, Chioma Jesus, Sammy Okposo, and the rest. Now she collaborates with not only national but international artists as well. Her net worth is at a delectable $200,000. Next is the woman responsible for Nigeria's favorite gospel anthem back in the day, Heritage, which was released in 2008. At number 14 on our list is Grace Okodua, better known as Jadiel. Both young and old sang the song with such a passion, a highly danceable song. She was born in Lagos, Nigeria, where she grew before advancing to obtain a degree in chemistry. She long began singing for her local church and was well acquainted with the piano and keyboard at just 13. She joined many groups over the course of her career until she made her debut in 2008. Heritage, the song that skyrocketed her to the top of the chart. Every radio house was playing the Heritage album, especially the song itself, Heritage, which earned her many awards. By 2010, she was a major star and released another album, Under Oath, which also did very well, earning her a nomination. She is currently married to Emmanuel Benjamin, better known as Eben, a renowned gospel singer, and they share an amazing life together in their luxurious home and driving top cars such as the Toyota Hilux, Rolls-Royce Cullinan, Toyota Prado, and others. She has an outstanding net worth of $250,000. Next at number 13 is the youngest person on the list and highly blessed among women, Grace Idowu. She is one of the media top gospel sensations who can turn every song to a deep worship. She was born and brought up in Lagos State, although she is originally from Ondo State, a prodigy of Babcock University Music Department. No wonder her vocal utterances are always top-notch. She released her first song, Odogu, in 2019, and by 2020 was signed to Oluwole Ogundare's label and eventually released her song, Jesus. And Mr. Easy took notice of her and recruited her to the Empower African program, and she's now a great artist in the industry. She was recently invited to sing at Nancy Simmons' house opening and is doing a great job serving God in the industry. She has a delectable net worth of $270,000. Next artist on the list at number 12 is the infamous Lara George, who sang Ijoba Orun, a popular and loved song back in the day, and it still resonates with many people for its deep meaning and for the calm rhythm that earned her several awards. Lara George was born in Lagos and grew up there, where she also acquired a degree and also did her master's in architecture. Born with a gifted voice, she began her career during her uni days, joining campus choir. During that period, she was also under the Kush Musical Group, a renowned and popular group, and she gained massive recognition as well, releasing an album, Forever in My Heart, which featured hit songs like Ijoba Orun, a song that indeed has remained forever in our hearts and earned her awards like the Best Female Vocalist Award at the Crystal Awards, Best Gospel Artist at the Ben TV UK Awards, the Headies Award, and several other notable awards, making her a global sensation, even appearing on BET as an international artist, one of the first from Nigeria, meeting great minds like CeCe Winers, Ron Kenoli, and more. Today, she is considered a veteran gospel singer and with multiple honors and endorsements to her name. She currently resides in the US with her husband and her family, where they own a lavish home and drive top cars such as a G-Wagon, just to mention a few. Her net worth is at a whooping $300,000. At number 11 is an artist with many testimonies to her music, Sumi Salah, and as a fan of social media, you would know that her song covers have been used for inspirational videos, especially the powerful cover she did for the international song Yeshua, which became more popular than the original song, both in Nigeria and in abroad. But before making covers, Sumi Salah has had a long gospel walk with God. She admitted to be stubborn, though not like Jonah, when it comes to her calling. She just wanted to be an average girl that loves God. She started singing at the age of 4, and by 7, she was already leading worship. She was born in Lagos State, Nigeria, and raised under the strong pastoral roof of her grandparents, since her parents traveled quite a lot. Gifted with a very commanding worship vocal that touched the listener's heart, Sumi Salah knew her calling and had to start working towards it. In fact, during one of her worship as a child, an elderly woman was healed, and that was when Sumi Salah started taking the religious thing seriously. In 2017, she applied for the Ikorodu Radio Challenge, where she amazingly emerged the winner at the age of 19. Soon after, she started singing properly, making her debut in 2020 with her single Amazing. Since then, it's been power hit songs, even sharing stage with other gospel artists like Lawrence Oyor, Tim Godfrey, and others. But her shining part wasn't all rosy. Sumi Salah shared a heartbreaking story in a couple's interview with Reverend Kathy Kiuna about when she lost her fiancé who was robbed and shot, and how she found strength in God and encountered him in a great way that led to Sumi Salah we know now, and eventually meeting and marrying her husband, another gospel minister, Yinka Okeleye. Her successful career, which has been filled with multiple endorsements, global recognition, and mighty partnership, she has an amazing net worth of $500,000. At number 10 is the 90s till present gospel artist, Chinwe Uduma, who first gained recognition for her hit Agude Chamber in 2000. She has also released other tracks like Ebubegi, Wind of Glory, Adim Well Loaded, among others. She often sings in her dialect Igbo and has been singing for decades. She was born in Ibadan, though originally from the East, and started a musical career right from secondary school. She continued still while finishing a degree at UNN. The song that however skyrocketed her into limelight was Agune Chamber, which has been remixed, revamped, and still used till date. She's a very loved gospel artist, even nicknamed by her fans as Big Mother or Sister Chi. She is known to be married with kids, even though she has succeeded in keeping her family life very private. But despite the mystery behind her family life, she never fails to uplift hands and the spirit of people with her marvelous singing. She is also a philanthropist, helping the underprivileged masses, and has a well-respected net worth of $750,000. Next on the list at number 9 is a woman with a perfectly long afro that is too good to be Nigerian, a renowned gospel singer and a world-class photographer, Toyin Shokefun Bellow, better known as T.Y. Bellow. Everything about her stands out in the industry with her unique deep voice, which is somewhat feminine and soothing. She has long been in the industry, singing and songwriting. She developed her talent right from an early age when she was part of a musical group in her local church that also composes their original songs for every service. Even while still in school, T.Y. Bellow was writing songs with well-known gospel ministers like Lara George and more. She released her debut album, Greenland, in 2008, which she described as her daily life journey. The craft was well recognized, bagging her 2 prestigious awards. With studio space and talent, she started the unscripted spirit-filled worship called The Spontaneous Worship that has featured many top gospel artists like Sinach, Wale Oni, Tolu Ijogun, and many others, where they gather and let the Holy Spirit sing through. And when she is not singing, she's taking amazing photographs, working with celebrities like Toke Makinwa, Modukbe Olushola, and many others. Also, she has made a forum for other photographers to display their talent. T.Y. Bellow married her heartthrob, Kashetu Bellow, and in 2014, the couple were blessed with twin boys, Christian and Christopher Bellow, after years of trying. With several other awards, a successful photography career, and international recognition, not to mention material assets like a studio, luxurious houses, cars, and the rest, T.Y. Bellow has an estimated net worth of $910,000. Next on the list at number 8 is Patricia Temitope Alabi, popularly known as Tope Alabi, a renowned veteran singer who has been touching lives in the industry for decades with powerful songs, uplifting many from a depressive state and fixing their eyes on Jesus amidst hard times, while being a spiritual godmother and a serving mentor to many upcoming artists hoping to inspire people like her. It might shock you to know that this powerful Yoruba worship singer wasn't always headed to the music industry. Actually, as a younger woman, she joined the movie industry and then moved to the other corporate office where she worked for Nigerian Television Authority at Ibadan back in the 90s. And then she went back to the movie industry as she seemed to be lost in her path. But she finally found it, her bus stop, which was the gospel ministry. In the 2000s, Tope released a career-defining song that brought her into the limelight, Oretio Come On, the song that was used to nickname her as Agbo Jesu. After being in the industry for a while and releasing songs like Ikoko Dudu, today Tope is a well-renowned gospel singer with multiple musical collaborations like the one she did with T.Y. Bellow that went viral within hours of his release. She has won numerous awards and is married to her manager and producer Soji Alabi, who incidentally led her to Christ. Today, the power couple run a music label named after the artist, Tope Alabi Gospel Vibes Limited. She owns a lavish mansion located in Fagba, Iju in Lagos State, and has also purchased a brand new Toyota Coaster bus for her team, aside from many other assets. She has a luxurious net worth of $1.2 million. Before we continue with the rest of the list, please kindly like and subscribe to our channel if you're enjoying this video. Next at number 7 is a gospel artist that gave us something more than gold, Judy K, a gospel sensation that has given us hit tracks like Capable God, Songs of Angels, Man of Galilee, among many other top gospel songs. One lovable thing about Judy K is that her songs are both danceable and a powerful worship, a rare combination in most artists. An origin of Delta State, Asaba, she grew up in Ushimili South local government area of Delta State as the first child in her family, where she equally had a rather religious Christian upbringing that helped shape her passion for gospel lyrical worship. After she earned a degree in theater arts at the Redeemers University in Ibadan, Osun State, she channeled her creative training into making music, specifically gospel music. But like most finished work, she had to work twice as hard in the beginning. Judy K started as the backup singer to Akinwumi Nathan Oluniyi Akiremi, aka Flo Rocker, a famous gospel artist, till in 2013 she released her debut single Nobody Else with a slow and steady pace. Judy K gained global recognition with her hit More Than Gold, which featured Mercy Chinwo, a well-renowned gospel artist. She married the pastor of the Cross Point Church in Lagos, Anselm Okpara, back in 2020. But Judy K's musical career has not been without recognition. She has won multiple awards like the Best Praise Song Awards at the Maranatha Awards in the USA. She now drives in a fleet of cars, a Toyota Land Cruiser, a black Toyota Hilux, a Mercedes-Benz C-Class, just to mention a few, and has a whopping net worth of $2 million. Next is the rather beautiful Ada Ogochukwu Ehi Moses, popularly known as Ada Ehi, who is at number 6 on our list. She came into the industry singing as a backup singer and a video vixen for Sinach, but under the ministry of Chris Oyakilome, she was able to thrive like other artists into becoming her own sensational gospel singer. She was born and raised in Lagos State, Nigeria, and like most rising talents, she started singing at the church, developing a passion for gospel gospel music. Ada Ehi started a professional career as a backup vocalist for Tosin Jegede after obtaining a degree in chemical and polymer engineering at the University of Lagos, and then decided to do music properly. Whilst praying for her debut, she was also a video vixen in one of Sinach's musical videos. Ada has a very sharp and alluring voice that made her stand out even in a choir, and with her persistence in singing for God, she kept releasing songs before finally releasing a debut album called Undenied in 2009. One song that made her ridiculously famous and gave her a power boost to the top is her song I Overcame, which equally had one of the best videos at the time. She has since collaborated with other gospel artists such as Nathaniel Bassey, Limo Blaze, Bucci, and many others. She has done so many philanthropic work, establishing a foundation named after her that aims in helping poor children get an education and also donating funds for medical support and essential needs in local communities. Ada Ehi has won many awards, and she deserves to, especially with hit songs like I Overcame, Cheta, Congratulations. Her song Only You is one of the most streamed songs with over 1 million YouTube subscribers. She currently enjoys that success driving in a Toyota Land Cruiser besides other cars and has a delectable net worth of $3.5 million. The next artist at number 5 is a powerful singer with a lot of sorrows in her story, but washed away through serving God. Victoria Orenze. She is a wonderful tongue-filled gospel singer that has given us memorable worship songs such as Spirit Chant, The Resurrection and Life, I Get Back In, and See How Far, all powerful songs which have been used to create an atmosphere of worship. Whenever she steps on stage and begins singing, she commands an atmosphere of intense worship. She was born in Benin City and grew up loving God and having a deep desire to serve God. One of her limelight moments was singing Alagbada Ina with renowned gospel artist Nathaniel Bassey. But now she has released multiple worship songs of her own, which has brought many to a place of complete surrender to Jesus. Victoria, however, has more scars in her life, but has been able to overcome all of them, turning her ashes into powerful lyrical worship, tested by life several times. She was once revealed to be married to an abuser who physically assaulted her for no apparent reason, but she chose to leave and stood on her religious values. Rather, she chose to stay and work hard to keep her marriage. However, the husband who has been abusing her left the marriage, saying he doesn't want it anymore. If you ask me, I would say that's a blessing in disguise. But she didn't stay down. Amidst the trying times, she chose to focus on Jesus. Today, she is a prominent figure with many honorary recognitions and has also performed alongside other top artists like Nathaniel Bassey, Tosin Oyekon, and many others. In a fleet of expensive cars where she is driven like a queen are a Toyota Land Cruiser 300, a Range Rover Autobiography. She has a net worth which is estimated at $4 million. Another powerful singer whose life struggles you might not believe is Amaka Okoho, popularly known as Chioma Jesus. The singer who is at number 4 on our list is from Imo State. Chioma Jesus has had a very rough childhood, from losing both of her parents at a tender age and she being the eldest of 7 children. Poverty seemed to be their daily bread, and things became harder after the untimely demise of their father. One time during her childhood, she attended revival at a church where she found and gave her life to Jesus and was growing closer to him. The decision, which was meant to be praised in an African home, but Chioma Jesus got ridiculed, outcast, and rejected by her own mother, who for reasons best known to her wasn't happy. After years later, she passed on, which Chioma Jesus was then left to take care of her siblings as the breadwinner. Where many would give up or become a prostitute, Chioma became more resilient and persistent, giving us the Chioma Jesus we know today. With her powerful musical ministration that has saved many people and her life story a motivation to many. Interestingly, the first song Chioma Jesus released was in Yoruba, contrary to the Igbo musical pattern she is popularly known for. Chioma has since found great recognition in the industry as a well-respected gospel minister worth millions per ministration. She has had many collaborations with other respected artists like Mercy Chinwo, Nathaniel Bassey, and many with top tracks like Okemwo, Na God I Dey Praise, Unshakable God, and others. With multiple awards and global recognition, Chioma Jesus has a respected net worth of $4.2 million. Next on the list at number 3 is a lady who abandoned the world for Jesus, Chidinma Ekile. Once upon a time loved for her viral songs like KDK, but remembering not the things of old, she looked onto a brighter future. Born and raised in Lagos State among other 6 siblings, Chidinma grew up loving music. She started singing at church choir and did music by the side while taking her studies seriously and graduating with a degree in sociology. But afterwards, she dived back into her passion, partaking in the 2010 show Project Fame, a musical talent show where she competed among other well-singing contestants to get the grand prize and also a record deal as an artist. She almost immediately stood out with her bright star and kept passing every stage till she became the winner. And as the prize came with a record deal, she started releasing singles back to back like KDK, Oh Baby, Nobody's Fool, among others. In fact, her songs were doing so well, she had over 42 million views on one of her songs, Ololufe, and was at the peak of her career while collaborating with top artists like Flavor, who was rumored to be in a relationship with her at the time. But in 2021, Chidinma shocked her fans with the news of her leaving the secular music industry and keeping her music strictly to gospel, rededicating her life and this time her career. She said it has been a long overdue calling in her life and she finally answered the call. And with open arms, the Easy Concept label welcomed her, the same one dragging Mercy Chinwo now. And she has since released tracks like Jehovah Overdue. Whether secular or gospel, her fans seem to stuck to her like glue. She has bagged many endorsements deals, and awards. She lives in a wealthy, luxurious apartment and drives in a fleet of cars, a Range Rover Evoque, a Hyundai Elantra, just to mention a few. She has an outstanding net worth of $5 million. And number 2, we have Mercy Chinwo. Forget about the current drama she's facing with her former record label, Easy, but when it comes to gospel singing, Mercy Chinwo can hit notes with her deep yet soft opera voice. She has been in the industry for years now, with hit tracks like Chinedum, Excess Love, Na You Dey Rain, amongst many others. And of course, we still expect more. She was born in Rivers State, where she grew up alongside 5 siblings, but she stood out with her unquenchable hunger for music and was determined to see it through. Her family stands as a rock, which in fact, in one of her songs, Confidence, she tells her story showing how she struggled, how her star was almost dimmed by naysayers, and how she gave up at some point, but her mother and her faith was her biggest stronghold. Her limelight breakthrough was after she won the second season of the Nigerian Idol competition, which came with a record deal. But not until 2015, she released her first single, Testimony, declaring her career solely to gospel ministry. And when she released Excess Love, it was like she opened the gates to her stardom. It was an iconic song that still resonates with listeners. Her talent has led her to many places, and she has collaborated with many artists like Moses Bliss, Buchi, Ada Ehi, Nathaniel Bassey, and many others. With multiple awards on her shelf like the 2018 Best Gospel Artist at the Climax Awards, the African Gospel Song of the Year for her song Excess Love at the African Gospel Awards Festival back in 2019, and others. Now blessed with a child and in a happy marriage to Pastor Blessed Uzochikwa since 2022, she sits at number 2 with a whopping net worth of $5.7 million. And finally at number 1 is the award-winning singer Sinach, a globally loved gospel artist, especially for her hit track Waymaker. Born Osinachi Kalu in Lagos State, but originally from Ebonyi State, she grew up among her 6 other siblings in an amazingly religious home and was blessed with sound education, obtaining her bachelor's degree in physics at the Port Harcourt University in Rivers State. Keeping it aside, she however followed her passion, which was music, against her father's better judgment, whose concern was that she won't be able to make a living out of it, a typical African father. But still persisting, she joined her church choir at a tender age, which is the famous Christ Embassy, and soon gained a musical career traveling all over the world with the church founding pastor, Pastor Chris Oyakilome, as part of his worship team, with the church which has also bettered other industry faves such as Moses Bliss, Frank Edward, Ada Ehi, and others, and also where she found her husband, Pastor Joseph Egbu, who is also a pastor in the Christ Embassy Church. She has since proven her father wrong with an award-winning career and tracks like Greatest Love, I Know Who I Am, Waymaker, which was used in Black Lives Matter protests in Minnesota at the United States, and many other gospel conventions, among many others. And with over 10 albums, she is one star most top artists such as Nathaniel Bassey, Moses Bliss love to collaborate with. She is highly favored, traveling around the world and living in exotic houses while driving in a convoy of top cars such as a Toyota Land Cruiser Prado, a Lexus LX600, Mercedes-Benz VS680L, among many others. She has a golden net worth of $8 million. And that's it, guys. We've come to the end of our list of the top 15 richest female gospel artists right now. As always, I pray that may your talents bring you immense wealth. Do have to type amen in the comment section to receive it, and I hope to see you in the next video.